Hi everyone, I am so excited to see you. It is not a coincidence that you and I are sharing this moment right now. Do you know I've been working as a medium for over 25 years, and my eyes are so wide open right now and focused on this deep inner need of an awakening. Like life is consciously connecting to all that is. So I've decided to create the Lighter Side Network, where each show and each host reminds us how the everyday meets the extraordinary. Be it in the realm of mindfulness and healthy living, having an empowered and authentic life with humor, trusting your intuition and communicating with beyond, energy healing and releasing unconscious obstacles, astrology, living in your joy and truth, and so much more. Join us as we share our knowledge and experiences with you. We're going to have so much fun.
Hi everybody, my name is Laura Boone.
Hi, my name is Ursula Lentini.
Hey everyone, I'm Thershna Patel.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Karen.
Join me on my show.
Are you ready?
Only on the Lighter Side Network.
Only on the Lighter Side Network.
The Lighter Side Network, where the everyday meets the extraordinary. That's us.
Hola, this is Laura Boone with The Real Ethereal Show. Welcome back everybody. I have really been looking forward to this show. We're going to talk today all about Taurus in every way, shape, and form. We're going to break it down. And I've got a lot on the agenda. You know, we talked about this a little bit in the Aries segment. People think, oh, well, I don't have Taurus. I'm not a Taurus, so this doesn't pertain to me. Well, that's actually not true. Everybody has Taurus somewhere in their chart. So we're going to talk about Taurus moon, Taurus ascendant, Taurus sun. We're going to talk about some famous Tauruses, and then we're going to talk about just Taurus aspects in general today. So let's get started. Let's talk about Taurus in general. Well, first of all, the dates for a Taurus sun is April 19th to May 20th. So we're in Taurus season right now, which is great. And I want to talk about some of the qualities of Taurus. The first thing is voice. If you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, you can probably sing. And if you aren't a singer, you probably have a voice. Especially if you have a Taurus, a Mercury in Taurus. I would bet a ton of money that 90% of the time you can sing, or you have an interesting voice, like you could do voiceovers or something like that. A lot of people that do cartoon voiceovers, I guarantee you have Taurus in their chart. A few famous Tauruses: Kelly Clarkson, Cher, Adele. Adele exudes Taurus, you guys, in every way, shape, and form. She's got that beautiful voice. She's just got that really, you know, when she's on a stage or when you see her, she's just solid. You know, Taurus represents the earth, and it's an earth sign. It's a fixed earth sign. So Taurus people are rooted to the ground. They are very akin to the ground. They love the outdoors. They have the voice. You know, Taurus rules the throat chakra, the color blue. Anything having to do with your voice is Taurus. Also, Taurus rules a lot of family matters. They love being home. Like, let's talk about Adele for a second. We'll use her as an example. Adele, you know, has an amazing voice, obviously, and she's just she seems really solid and grounded. But she's very private, you guys. She stays home. She has a huge estate with a lot of land and kind of stays in it with her family. That's very Taurian. Cher, great voice, very illustrious performer, but she's really private. If you've ever read anything about Cher, she really keeps to herself. That's very Taurus. They love to be home. They rule the senses. Taurus is ruled by Venus as well as the earth. So anything that's Venusian is all about Taurus. So food, sound, music, a lot of musicians are Taurus. Any kind of art, right? That's Venus. Taurus, a lot of Taurus people are artists. They like anything having to do with beauty, anything that smells good. It rules the nose. So a lot of sommeliers are Taurian, perfumers are Taurian, or Tauruses love perfume or good wine, fine food, anything about eating, anything that you taste. That's the other sense. They love anything like that, and they have an affinity for it. They also love sleep. They love anything that feels good. It has to be soft. It has to be fine fabric. They don't like scratchy sheets. They don't like blankets that aren't soft. It's just really important to them. And anything about their home, you guys, is extremely important to a Taurus. They love home. So if you are in a relationship with a Taurus, or you want to be in a relationship with a Taurus, or you have a Taurus child, you just need to make sure, like, they're going to be the ones that, this shirt's scratchy, Mom. They need soft clothes. The tag bothers them. I mean, they're the people that are like the princess and the pea. Like a Taurus will feel that bump in the bed. They hate that. They want everything. They're very sensitive to that. They also love the right color on the wall. A Taurus person is going to have a very feathered nest. And what I mean by that, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's really elaborate, but it will be nice. Taurus people buy quality. They buy quality. They buy something once and it'll last forever. So again, it's not for show and it's not for the name brand, but it's about quality, and it's about, is it soft? Is it finely made? That's what a Taurus loves. Now, at the same time, they rule money. They can be really cheap. So they really, Taurus and Scorpio are really the two, I would say, main money signs. You can also throw Capricorn in there, but it's really Scorpio and Taurus. Those are the two people that are really fanatic about money. They're fixed. Taurus is a fixed sign. So they can get very controlling about money and things like that. I guarantee you a Taurus loves a kitchen. And if they don't know how to boil water, they love somebody to cook for them. So you want to talk about like the best date for a Taurus. It's going to be, hey honey, surprise, I'm at your house and I've cooked you a beautiful meal in your kitchen. That's the perfect date for a Taurus, or the best way to show a Taurus that you love them. The other great way to show a Taurus that you love them is to tuck them in, buy them nice things, like a nice soft sweater or a beautifully made dress, beautiful shoes, things of that nature. They love nice things, and I mean well made, not necessarily with a brand name. So when we talk about that they love food, one big thing about Taurus, well, two things, and they go hand in hand. Taurus, because it's a fixed sign and it's the fixed earth sign, it's at times hard for these folks to move around much. They're kind of a dichotomy. They're extremely hard workers, and they have so much stamina for hard work. So these can be the people that are the workaholics, the people that work 70 hours a week, and they go, and then they collapse, like their bodies literally can't take it anymore. So you really, if you're a Taurus or you have a Taurus loved one, you really have to help them remember that they need to take care of themselves, remember that they need sleep and they need water and they need some health things, because they have such stamina and work drive that they, just can't stop. The other dichotomy, though, about Taurus is that they can also be really lazy. They can be the ones that sleep for 12 hours at a time, or you're like, come on, get up. Can we go do something today? Like, they want to be home. They love to be in their beds or on the sofa. So it's a really weird dichotomy, because they can be the hardest workers and they can be the laziest type as well. It's just hard for them to move. But when it comes to their money, like work and making money, they'll get up out of bed or they'll get off the sofa to go make more money because that's really important to them. Physical security is really important to a Taurus. They love being home. They love having money in their bank account. Their things are very important to them. So they need their things around them. They can be hoarders, you guys, in the extreme version, but they will always be attached physically to their things. So if you have a Taurus and they're just, they're the guy that has the shirt that has holes in it that, needs to be thrown away, or the shoes that are disgusting, but they're their shoes they've had for 25 years. I have to kind of call out somebody. My dad is a Taurus and he's awesome. My dad, he has things, literally, we were in their basement and he has things from our childhood, 50 years ago. They eat off some of the same dishes, okay? And my dad is the millionaire next door. He's the quintessential Taurus. He has saved penny by penny over all these years. He reuses things. If it's not broken, you don't have to buy a new one. That's a Taurus, right? He also is very good with money and just knows every penny. Your neighborhood banker is a Taurus. Like, banks are full of Taurus people. Stages are full of Taurus people that can sing. Construction workers, builders, people who own companies that are companies about building, real estate professionals, they're all Taurus people because they rule things, they rule real estate, they rule farmers. Your favorite farmer, go to the farmer's market on the weekend, ask everybody there who's a Taurus to raise their hand. Most of them are going to be growing their own food. And the fact that they love the earth and they love to grow things, there's not a Taurus person that doesn't at least have one potted plant somewhere. And you know what? It's not dead. I guarantee you. If you have Taurus children, one of the best things you can do for them is to give them seeds and let them plant something or let them sprout something. Play beautiful music for them. Have art. Make sure their clothes aren't scratchy. They're probably already complaining about that. Let them dress themselves because they're going to have very strong opinions about how things look and how things feel and how things smell. If you're not a good cook and you're a mom and you have Taurus kids, they won't eat the food. They won't eat it. They're the ones that complain. It's too hot. It's too sweet. You know what? They're probably right. James Beard, if you've ever heard of, the Michelin stars and the James Beard Award, Taurus. Your favorite chef, most of those people, they're either Taurus or they have a lot of Taurus in their chart. Let's talk about food. So one of the things about Taurus people, because they love food and they love wine and they love sensual stuff, and then they love to sleep and they don't take care of themselves sometimes because they're working so much. Can you guess where I'm headed here? Weight gain. A lot of Taurus people just don't, they're not on the treadmill very much and they're amazing cooks. They gain weight. Taurus is really one of the signs that is the most notorious for gaining weight. So if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, watch out for that. And if you're a Taurus and you have friends or family around you going, you know what, you need to eat better or you need to watch your weight, you kind of need to listen. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are difficult about a Taurus. There's some cliches about Taurus that I want to address, and you know what, a lot of them are just really true. Because they're a fixed sign, they are, it's the sign of the bull, they are stubborn. A Taurus person digs in and they are determined to do it their way. And you will hit a wall with a Taurus that you cannot knock down. So they're one of the strongest signs in the zodiac, I will tell you. And everybody talks about a Scorpio temper or a Leo temper or an Aries temper, and you're right. A lot of those signs have quick tempers and they're blustery. You know, we talk about like an Aries or a Leo being almost like the Yosemite Sam, you know, with the guns, and they're always loud. A Taurus person really isn't. They're kind of steady as she goes, and they're typically calm, and they just take it and take it and take it. They take the angry boss and they just keep their head down and get their work done. They take it, and then if you cross the line and they've just had too much, and it takes a really long time to get there, you guys. But when a Taurus loses its temper, it's the worst out of all the signs. It's the absolute worst. They have a nuclear temper, but it takes a really long time to get there. And I have to tell you, if a Taurus has lost their temper on you, you probably deserve it. Okay? You probably deserve it, and you need to be quiet and you need to let the storm blow, because you will not win. Okay? So back away if a Taurus is losing their temper. They will break things. They will slam doors. They get physical, you guys. You know, a lot of very disintegrated Taurus people can be abusive. I hate to say it. They're very stubborn. They want to be controlling. You know, I will tell you, if you have a Taurus moon, the moon is exalted in Taurus. And what that means is it's very happy in Taurus. And that is very much about someone who is very loving. You know, Taurus, like I said, it rules the body. It rules being physical. So Taurus people, especially Taurus moon people, can be very affectionate, and they need touching, you guys. Because of that, Taurus is very sexual. They want to hold your hand. They need you to acknowledge them in public. They're very physical. So that is something you need to remember when it comes to like a Taurus's love language, okay? They need touching. They need physical displays of affection. They need, you know, their love language is sexual too. If you're not having regular sex with your Taurus partner, you could tell them you love them every day. You can, you know, do all the things that you think show somebody that you love them. But if you're not being physical, they get really offended and they feel very neglected. Okay, so it's almost like it's a need for them that's very important. Okay, so the moon is exalted in Taurus. Mars in Taurus. Let's talk about that for a minute. Mars is in its detriment in Taurus. So if you have a Mars in Taurus, that can be very problematic. These are the abusive types. These are the people that are very stubborn and authoritative. Hitler had this, you guys. He had Mars in Taurus. He also was on the cusp of Taurus and Aries. So you can see that's sort of in the negative light of Taurus. That's that dictator, controlling. And then he had Mars in Taurus. So that's that abusive energy. So when it runs rampant, a Taurus person can be very big when they choose to be, and very physical and very overpowering. But it takes them a while to get there, typically. So in conclusion with Taurus, if you have a Taurus loved one, or you are a Taurus, you need lots of hugs. You need things to make all your senses feel comfortable, okay? So you need good food, you need great music, you need the arts, whether you're involved in it or you go enjoy it. You need a lot of sleep. You need also to get out and exercise more. You need to move more, okay? And you need to think about taking care of your body and taking care of yourself more. So don't fall into the trap of Taurus where you sleep too much and you eat and drink too much. And then your body is suffering, and that's the consequence of it. You need to make sure you have a balanced diet. Moderation. A Taurus needs to observe moderation. And then you need to also watch out for being too stubborn, too controlling, working too much. But at the end of the day, you guys, Taurus is just when Taurus is in its best light, in its most conscious place, Taurus, they're just yummy. They're yummy people. It's a yummy sign. They're just so huggable and lovable, and they're the steadfast ones that never let you down. They're the most loyal people, hardworking. A Taurus is going to show up and dig in and get it done. And that's what we love about our Taurus loved ones and our Taurus friends and family. So next time, you guys, that I do my astrology season, it's going to be about Gemini. And I always kind of give my Gemini friends a hard time, but we're going to get into it next time with Gemini. So stay tuned for that. And I thank you so much for being here today. Bye. See you next time.